This is about how to use the SSH credentials created by Brev to actually have other tools connect over SSH tunnels into a Brev environment. If you're just doing a Jupyter Notebook, then it doesn't matter. So the cool thing about Brev Cloud is it actually is a marketplace or an aggregator for other cloud resources, other GPU resources, and they will provision, and then they have the ability to set up an SSH tunnel through Brev back into whichever cloud your VM is on. So you always connect through Brev. When you do a Brev login and a Brev shell command, Brev login actually creates credentials for you, and the Brev shell command actually sets up an SSH set of credentials to a specific host, right? Specific host. And that's because in the Brev environment, you could be running multiple machines under the same account. So what we do is we do a Brev login, we do a Brev shell. That'll actually set up a brev.pem, which are actually the SSH credentials that you need. And then the other question is, how do I get to this host that I created? Because it doesn't have a global DNS and it's in some random cloud proxied that it's sitting behind the Brev cloud, right? So in this case, what we did, I did a Brev shell, my VM name. In this case, it was RTX 6000 VM Lambda Labs host. And that created in the .brev folder in my home directory an SSH config, and you can see the host name here is actually the IP address. So that means any tool that can take a host name or IP address can connect. The username is going to be Ubuntu, and the credentials themselves that a lot of times are in the .ssh folder, in this case will be in my home brev.pem. That's what you need to know. The host name that you're actually going to want to connect to, which in this case is going to be the IP, the identity file, which is you for your login, and it can be used in probably the same PEM file is going to be used for different hosts. And then you've got the Ubuntu user ID. That's everything you need to know to get some tool to be able to use an SSH tunnel into the Brev environment onto a VM, no matter what cloud it's in.